For all of your sports in Lorain, keep your TV tuned to TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Welcome to 8th grade girls basketball. It's the Longfellow 8th graders. Coach Brian Lynch at 3-0. They're in the blue uniforms and white. For the 8th graders from Southview, it's Lindsay Wright as the head coach. Her team is 2-0, so two undefeated teams meeting up for 8th grade girls basketball here. For you, we'll have it for you. For Longfellow, with the basketball is Taylor Whitfield. Get you the starting five. It's going to be Nasia Nelson-Riley, Nakia Herman, Taylor Whitfield, Shania Palmer, and Isabella Rogers. Starting for Southview, they're in the white uniforms. Delasia Williams, Maya Riggins, Janaya Moy, Nishaya Higgins, and Destiny Rouser. On the inbounds with the basketball is Nasia Nelson-Riley. Pass on the left wing to Herman. Herman on the drive, and she gets called. Going to get a foul, an offensive foul. So that will give the ball back to Southview. So Southview to inbound here. It's going to be Maya Riggins. Maya looking, and she's going to lob it up top to Delasia Williams. Delasia, where's number 5? Picks up her dribble. I should say continues to dribble. No score here, just underway. Pass on the left side, went through the hands of Nishaya Higgins, and it would be Longfellow basketball. And inbounding will be Isabella Rogers. So a 2-0 team versus a 3-0 team here at Southview Middle School. Rob Polinsky here with you. Bob Schlumbaker doing the camera work today. Into the forecourt. They're going to get it ahead to Nasia Nelson-Riley. Nelson-Riley with it, gets a screen. Nelson-Riley puts the shot up, no good. And on the rebound, they get it ahead to Higgins. Higgins on the drive. Higgins put it up, no, but she is going to be fouled by Nasia Nelson-Riley. We're getting a couple of free throws for Nishaya Higgins, Southview 8th grader. Try to give the first points of this basketball game to the Southview 8th grade. First free throw is right there. It's good. So Higgins with the point. Her first point of the game. Second free throw. That one rims out. And the rebound comes down to Shania Palmer of Longfellow. They get it ahead. It's going to be stolen away. And they're going to go right back to Higgins. Higgins with it. Now she'll pull it back out. And it looks like Southview wants to set up an offense. And playing in the 7th grade game a little bit, coming in and putting up a jumper is Destiny Rouser. It's a 3, so it's 4-0. Southview with the lead. Pressure in the backcourt with the basketball. They're going to get it ahead to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield had it stolen away by Delasia Williams and then a foul. So a good start here for the Southview 8th graders. They're in white, Longfellow in blue. Southview leads 4-0. And they're going to inbound the basketball to Higgins. Higgins gets it over to Rouser. Rouser's shot, that one is no good off the glass and rim. Offensive rebound, back up and in, and that's Delasia Williams. 6-0. The 8th graders from Southview with the lead. Pass ahead. Shot goes up, it's no good, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with Longfellow. And they're going to inbound the basketball to Isabella Rogers. Rogers will get it ahead to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield on the right side. Shot goes up, no good, out of bounds. And let's see, it's going to stay with Longfellow. Inbound to Rogers, being guarded closely, gets rid of the basketball to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield with it at the foul line, ports up a jumper, it's no good. Offensive rebound goes to Shania Palmer, and we're going to get a jump ball in this alternating possession area. We'll give it back to Southview, who leads 6-0 as we are almost halfway through quarter number 1. From Southview Middle School, Rob Polinsky, Bob Schlumbaker. It is 8th grade girls basketball today. And putting a pass ahead. The shot goes up. It's no good. Rogers with the rebound. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. Rouser, I should say, with the rebound. So a couple of free throws for Destiny Rouser. She has 3 points earlier in this quarter.
Let's go, Destiny.
Destiny, free throw is no good. Substitution coming into the basketball game for Southview. It's going to be Sasha Fleming, wears number 10. She'll replace Maya Riggins. Second free throw, that one is off the front of the rim, no good. And on the rebound, it's going to come down to Taylor Whitfield. And then Whitfield called for a violation, so it's going to be back to Southview. Going to get it to Higgins. Higgins into the front court. Pass on the right side. With it is Sasha Fleming. Now they work it to the left side to DeLasia Williams, and we get a whistle and a 3-second violation on the Southview 8th graders. It will go back to Longfellow.
You look just so serious. Look serious. This is how you look. I was like, you look like a real Asian Santa. A real Asian. Everybody, I know everybody was like, I'm talking about Korean. I'm talking about Korean. Korean, yeah.
Get it into the front court with the basketball, putting the shot up. Missing that is Palmer, and it's out of bounds. Shania Palmer misses that. Her favorite subject is language arts. Favorite athlete, Steph Curry. For extracurricular activities, she likes volleyball. She wants to be a choreographer. So some of the things about Shania Palmer. 2:45 to go third quarter. Longfellow looking for their first points. They trail 6-0, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul across half court. Reaching in there was DeLasia Williams. And inbounding is Taylor Whitfield. For Taylor, her favorite subject is social studies. Favorite athlete, Steph Curry. And the shot goes up, and it's in. First points of the game. And those are going to go to Shania Palmer. He's 6'2". Also for Taylor Whitfield, her extracurricular activities are basketball, and she gets a steal on the basket right there. She'd like to play in the WNBA, and she's also interested in art. They get a steal, and Longfellow, who all of a sudden with back-to-back baskets with the ball, looking to tie the game, and we're going to have missing the shot but being fouled, a couple of free throws for Nakia Herman. Couple of free throws for Fleming. First one up off the front of the rim, no good. Substitution coming back into the game is Nija Nelson-Riley. For Longfellow, coming back into the game for Southview is Maya Riggins. So Sasha Fleming will try to make 1 out of 2. And I'm sorry, that's Nakia Herman. Nakia Herman for Longfellow with the free throw, makes it 6-5. Had 2 number 10s there. Sasha Fleming plays for Southview. That was Nakia Herman wearing number 10 for Longfellow, so I apologize for that. With the basketball at midcourt, we're going to have a timeout called for by the Southview 8th graders as they were battling for the basketball. 2:03 to go into quarter. They lead it by a score of 6-5. Gives us a minute to let you know that the Lorain Sports Hall of Fame will have their annual fundraiser steak fry. It's going to be Sunday, March 3rd this year, 2019. It's from 4 to 7 at the Amherst Eagles, and that is located on Milan Avenue in Amherst. Dinner is $25 per ticket. That gets you a steak, a baked potato, salad roll, beverage, dessert. Also, with that $25 meal ticket, you're going to get $5 of that goes towards a 50-50 raffle. Basket raffle also will be held. You can also purchase extra extra 50/50 tickets. They're available for $5 each or 3 for $10. Athletic Department at Lorain High has tickets available. Interested individuals can also contact Bambi Dillon for tickets and any questions. 440-989-6539. The annual Lorain Sports Hall of Fame steak fry, their fundraiser steak fry. That is March 3rd. Hope you can make it. 1:56 to go in the first quarter. 6-5. Southview leads Longfellow. And with the basketball, Nyjah Nelson Riley gets it ahead, and she's going to throw it too far for Isabella Rogers. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be Southview basketball, and they lead at 6-5. On the inbound, it gets knocked out of bounds. There'll be a turnover. It'll go to Longfellow. Inbound for Rogers. It went out of bounds off for her. It's going to be Southview basketball. On the inbound, they get it to Higgins. Nashia Higgins into the front court. Her pass gets knocked away. It's going to be stolen by Whitfield. Whitfield then travels. Brian Lynch, head coach for Longfellow's 8th graders. And for Southview, it is Lindsay Wright. Get it ahead. Shot goes up. It's partially blocked. Again, blocked again. Missing nose was Janiyah Moy. And we get a whistle. And it's going to be Longfellow basketball following the foul of Southview. Nelson Riley, top of the key three, back of the rim, no good. Went for the rebound, off her hands, and now she fights for it. We're going to get a whistle, though, on a foul on Nelson Riley, and good sportsmanship there as she picks up Elijah Williams, who was knocked to the floor. Substitution for Longfellow coming in is Jayani Cannon. So Jayani Cannon will come into the basketball game for Longfellow. She wears number 15 in blue. And for Jayani, favorite subject is reading. Her favorite athlete is LeBron. Extracurricular activities she likes is volleyball. Future goal, she wants to be an orthodontist. Don't hear that every day. So Jayani Cannon with some lofty goals, wanting to be an orthodontist. On the inbounds, it's going to be stolen away. Coming out of there with it, laying it up and laying it in to give Longfellow their first lead is Nakia Herman. So Herman with 3, and it's 7-6. So Longfellow's come all the way back to take a 7-6 lead. Double dribble is the call. Southview scored the first 6 points of this basketball game to lead 6-0. And it's a 7-0 run to make it 7-6 Longfellow. Herman with it, baseline, short shot is up and in. Nakia Herman, her big first quarter continues. She has 9 consecutive points for Longfellow. They lead 9-6. Higgins with the basketball. Higgins around Rogers, missed the shot. Rebound to get it back out to Higgins. Higgins with 30 seconds to go in the quarter, puts the floater up, it's no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield will get it across the timeline. Whitfield with a pass on the right side. She gets it back. She'll launch a right wing 3. It's short. Offensive rebound for Jayani Cannon, who just checked in. Jump ball, and the alternating possession arrow will go to Southview with 15 seconds to go in the quarter. On the inbounds, they get it to Higgins. Higgins into the forecourt. Shot goes up. It's off the glass and in, and that's Destiny Rouser. She has 5 points in the quarter. That ends the run, and it's going to end the first quarter. We've played 1. Our score, Longfellow 9, Southview 8. It's a good 8th grade girls basketball game. We'll have the second quarter for you. It's coming up next. You're watching girls 8th grade basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. Longfellow and Southview, 8th grade girls basketball, start of the second quarter. And the shot goes up for Longfellow. Missing that is Shania Palmer. And on the rebound, we get a jump ball. It's going to go to Southview. So it's 9-8. Longfellow leads by 1. Longfellow in blue. And Southview, the 8th grade girls, they wear the white uniforms here from Southview Middle School. Pass ahead to Delija Williams. She'll take a jumper, miss it. Offensive rebound. And with it, they put the shot up. It's no good. Getting that rebound. It is going to be Janiyah Moy. And it's out of bounds to Longfellow with 5:34 to go in the first half. Inbound for Isabella Rogers. It's knocked out of bounds by Williams. It'll be Longfellow basketball. Rogers with her pass. It goes a little too far. It gets knocked out of bounds off of Rouser. So Longfellow will keep possession with 5:28 to go in the half. Inbounding, Taylor Whitfield gets it to Rogers. Rogers with a left side jumper. It's off the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Southview. They get it ahead to Williams. Delija Williams lays it up and in. She has 4 points. Delija Williams, and Southview regains the lead at 10-9. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go until halftime. Rouser with a steal. Rouser with a pass, gets it ahead to Higgins. Higgins turnaround jumper goes up, it's too long, and Delija Williams gets the rebound. She'll pull it back out, they'll reset their offense. Nashia Higgins with it, she'll take a long one, that's a 3, it's no good. And the rebound is hauled in by Shania Palmer for Longfellow. Gets it ahead to Jayani Cannon. Cannon to Whitfield. She'll pass it to Nakia Herman. Herman right back to Isabella Rogers, will take the jumper, that's no good off the rim. And the rebound is going to be hauled in by Nashia Higgins. Higgins trying to go all the way, gets around Rogers, put it up, no, but she's fouled by Isabella. So for Isabella Rogers, her favorite subject is language arts, favorite athlete Kyrie Irving. She also likes volleyball. She'd like to be a nurse. Those are some of the interests of Isabella Rogers. At the line for 2 is Nashia Higgins. She has 1 point today. .428 to go in the first half. Her team leads 10-9. Second free throw, that's going to be short off the front of the rim. And the rebound, Rouser missed the shot, but she was fouled, so Destiny Rouser is going to shoot a couple of free throws. Rouser's free throw, it's off the back of the rim, no good. Coming into the game is going to be Finesse Pratt. Where's number 1 for Longfellow in the blue uniform for the 8th graders. Second free throw, no good. And it was a violation on Southview anyway, so wouldn't have counted. It'll be Longfellow basketball. Inbounding is Shania Palmer. Pressure in the backcourt, and we're going to have a whistle, and that one's knocked out of bounds off of Longfellow, so Southview creates the turnover. Inbound is knocked out of bounds, and it'll go right back to Longfellow, so a couple of turnovers here on inbounds passes, and it's going to be Shania Palmer inbounding. Palmer looks to inbound, does so, and it's going to be knocked away by Higgins. Gets it ahead, shot goes up, no, but we get a whistle and a foul, and a couple of free throws coming up for Delija Williams. She has 4 points in the game. So Williams will shoot 2. Delija's free throw is good. She has 5 points. Her team leads 11-9. Williams again. That one off the back of the rim, no good. Williams got the rebound, back up, off the rim, no good. And it's out of bounds, so it'll go to Longfellow. on the inbounds. Longfellow with it. And they get it to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield on the three-point line. Whitfield back to Finesse Pratt, right back to Whitfield. Whitfield baseline right, and it gets knocked out of bounds. And we're going to get a foul on Southview's 8th graders. And it'll be Longfellow to inbound. 3:59 to go in the first half. They trail 11-9. Need a 2 to tie and a 3 to take the lead. The inbound will go out of bounds. It's going to be Longfellow again to inbound. And we're going to get a traveling violation that time on Shania Palmer, who was trying to go to the basket a little too quickly before she could dribble. So that turnover gives it back to Longfellow, or I should say to Southview. We have a stoppage as one of the young ladies has to tie her shoe. Janiyah Moy, who does that, and now we'll be back to action here shortly. Higgins with the basketball. Pressure in the backcourt, gets it ahead to Williams. DeLasia Williams with it. DeLasia puts it up and in. DeLasia Williams with 7. And it's 13-9. The Southview 8th graders lead by 4. They press in the backcourt. And we're going to get a whistle and a traveling violation in the backcourt on Nakia Herman. Higgins gets it ahead. Rouser lays it up and in. Destiny Rouser with a big first half. She has 7. And her team leads 15-9. Pressure in the backcourt. Longfellow got to get it to the midcourt line in a hurry. They're in trouble. And they do not get it in past half court in 10 seconds. So that's a violation. They'll give the basketball back to Southview. Williams with it. Williams dribbling in. Williams put it up and in. DeLasia Williams with 9. And Southview all of a sudden is up 17-9 as this pressure has bothered Longfellow. They're having a hard time with it. Williams went for the steal, didn't get it. And they pass it ahead. Getting it across the timeline is Gianni Cannon. She'll get it back. Whitfield puts up a 3 ball. That's going to be short, but it off the hands of a defender of Southview and out of bounds to Longfellow. So Longfellow basketball trailing 17-9 with 2:37 to go in the first half. And they're going to inbound it to Herman. Herman. The long 3 by Whitfield is no good. And the rebound, they fight for it, and we're going to get a jump ball. Substitution for Lorain. I should say for Southview. Rosabella Azorio coming in. Southview in the white uniform. She wears number 20. And inbounding will be Shania Palmer. Palmer with her inbound. It gets knocked away and it's stolen. Nice job on the steal by Moy. To Higgins, ahead to Williams. Williams lays it up and in. DeLasia Williams, first girl in double figures. She has 11. And her team leads 19-9. 2:10 to go in the half. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Longfellow to inbound.
Like they're not down by 10 to like another team that's just winning by this team is good. February 6th.
In the backcourt, Taylor Whitfield throws it ahead, and they throw it out of bounds. So it'll be Southview basketball leading by 10 with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Higgins with it. Higgins on the drive. Higgins put it up. No good. Offensive rebound. Back up and in. And making that is Destiny Rouser. She has 9 points. So Williams and Rouser have combined for all but one of the points. They lead 21-9. You get a whistle and a foul. With 1:40 to go in the first half.
That's fine. Hey, he had us some time, man. He was like, Mo, that's not right. Turn around.
Hey, that's good, though, man.
On the inbound, they get it to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield will get it across midcourt to Jayani Cannon, right back to Whitfield. 90 seconds to play in the half. Cannon, right side. It went through the hands of intended receiver Nakia Herman and out of bounds. On the inbounds, they get it ahead to Higgins. Back outside, the jumper by Osorio is no good. Offensive rebound back up and in. Destiny Rouser, she has 11. 23-9. Big second quarter for Southview. They have outscored Longfellow 15-0 in this quarter. They trailed 9-8 after one quarter, but Longfellow has not scored in the second quarter. And they throw it away as they try to pass it ahead to Finesse Pratt. Pass went too far and out of bounds. Sierra Bruger coming into the game for the first time for Southview's 8th graders. They're going to get it to Williams. Williams with the basketball. Williams on the low block. Gets it back out to Higgins. She'll measure the jumper, put it up. That's off the rim, no good. Rebound Bruger. She puts it up, no good. And the offensive rebound by Rouser's no good. And coming out of there with it is going to be Whitfield. 35 seconds to go in the half. Whitfield lost control of it out of bounds. It's going to be Southview basketball. So they're going to change it and give it to Longfellow. Longfellow to inbound. They do so to Herman. 23 seconds to play in the half. Herman with it. Herman on the drive. Herman lays it up and in. That's with Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield with layup. She has 4. And points finally in the second quarter for Longfellow. It took them till 15 seconds to go in the quarter to score. They get it ahead to Bruger. Bruger's shot is going to be blocked. And they'll come out of there with it to Herman. Herman with 3 seconds too. She'll get off a shot and it's going to be no good. We've played one half of basketball. Our score, it's Southview 23, Longfellow 11. We'll be back with the second half. It's girls 8th grade basketball and it's on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools television.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
As we begin the third quarter, Southview in the white uniforms, Longfellow in blue, and Southview 8th graders dribbling in, putting it up as Higgins no good on the shot. For Southview to begin the second half, Higgins is on the floor along with Rouser. Shot goes up, it's no good. Also on the floor is Williams, and they also have on there Maya Riggins and Janiyah Moy. That's the starting 5 for the Southview 8th graders. They're in white, Longfellow in the blue. I'll get you the Longfellow 8th graders here momentarily. Rouser with her pass inside. The shot goes up. It's off the glass rim, no good. And it will be out of bounds. It's going to be Longfellow basketball. Longfellow, so we'll start the second half with Nija Nelson-Riley, Taylor Whitfield, Isabella Rogers. Also on the floor to begin the second half is going to be Nakia Herman and Shania Palmer. We'll get it ahead for Nelson-Riley, but a pass went too far, and it's going to go out of bounds. We'll stay with Longfellow as we're just underway in the second half. 5:14 to go in the third quarter. 23-11 is our score. It's the Southview 8th graders with a big second quarter. They trailed at half, or after one quarter, 9-8. They would outscore Longfellow 15-2 in the second quarter. And on the inbounds pass, it gets knocked out of bounds. Longfellow will try it again, and it's going to be Nija Nelson-Riley. to Rogers. The jumper goes up. It's no good. And Rouser will get the rebound for the 8th grade of Southview. She'll get it ahead to Higgins. Higgins with a pass for Williams. Williams will put it up. No, but she's fouled. Foul on Nakia Herman. For Nakia, her favorite subject is English language arts. Favorite athlete is Kyrie Irving. Her extracurricular activity she enjoys is band. She's also interested in track. Free throw is up and in by Williams. She has 12 points now to lead everybody. 24-11. 4:53 to go in the third quarter. Second one no good. As a violation before the shot. We'll give it back to Longfellow. They trail 24-11 with 4:53 to go in the third. Gonna lob it, but it's going to be stolen away by Williams, and then she gets tied up by Rogers. And on that jump ball, it's going to go this time to Longfellow's 8th graders. So Rogers will try to inbound Isabella Rogers. The long baseball pass, and it goes through the legs of the intended receiver, Shania Palmer, and out of bounds. And it's going to be Longfellow basketball. Inbound to Nelson Riley. Her pass top of the circle to Nakia Herman. Herman had it knocked away. It will go out of bounds to Southview. Inbounded to Higgins. Higgins gets it across midcourt with a pass for Riggins. Riggins gets her pass. Shot goes up by Rouser. It's no good. And on the rebound, we get a jump ball, and it's going to stay with Southview. Exactly 4.5 minutes to play. Quarter number 3. Southview enjoys a 24-11 lead. Longfellow has scored 2 points since the end of the first quarter. So they've been in a scoring drought for quite a while. With the basketball coming out of there with it is Herman. Herman got it ahead. Shot goes up, and missing the short shot was Whitfield. Whitfield got the rebound, though. Pulls it back out. Goes to Nelson Riley, and she's going to be fouled by Williams.
Oh, the 7th grader.
Longfellow to inbounds. They do so. Go to the backcourt to get it to Nelson Riley. And we get a whistle and a traveling violation. That will give it back to Southview's 8th graders. Shania Moy to inbound. Her pass is intercepted on the inbounds by Nelson Riley. She lost it out of bounds on the dribble. It will go back to Southview. Higgins gets it across midcourt. Higgins on the drive. Higgins put it up. No, but she's fouled. She'll get a couple of free throws for Nashia Higgins. Free throw no good. Second one around, rim and out. And it'll stay with Southview. So it goes out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. And while we have that timeout, we'll remind you that Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20, Spectrum Cable. It's 1025 on your Spectrum Cable in Lorain. You can check out Lorain City Schools TV 20 on Facebook to get all your entertainment and informational needs. You can check out that YouTube station at Lorain Schools TV 20. Follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. If you like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook, you get a chance to win some great prizes. So again, follow Winter Sports and all kinds of activities on WLCS TV 20. Glad you could join us for girls 8th grade basketball as the 8th graders from Longfellow, Brian Lynch's team, trailing 24-11. They are 3-0 on the season. And for Southview and Coach Lindsey Wright, they're 2-0 on the season, and they enjoyed the 24-11 lead. On the inbound, Williams with it. Williams top of the circle. Williams with a pass on the right side to Rouser. Rouser baseline right, jumper goes up. No good, rebound. And it goes out of bounds, and it will go to Southview. Shot goes up by Higgins, it's no good. And on the rebound, we get a jump ball. They get it into Herman. Herman with her pass ahead to Shania Palmer. Palmer back outside. Jumper goes up. It's going to be short. No good. Rogers with the rebound. The return is no, but she's fouled. She'll get a couple of free throws. So Isabella Rogers at the line for 2. Free throw is up. Off the back of the rim and in for Isabella Rogers, her first point of the game. And that makes it 24-12. 3:27 to go in the third quarter. Returning into the game is Rosabella Azorio for Southview's 8th graders. Rogers missed the second one, but a violation on the free throw will give the ball to Southview. Had a few of those today where girls are going across the foul line too early for the violation. Azorio with it. Her pass goes ahead to Rouser. Lost it out of bounds. It will be Southview basketball. And inbounding will be Janiyah Moy. On the inbound, Williams has it. Williams on the left elbow. Double team. Gets around it. She'll pass it back to Higgins. Higgins in between the circles trying to set up the offense. Under 3 to go in the quarter. Higgins on the run. The floater in the lane is no good. And the rebound is ripped out of there by Nakia Herman. Herman with a bounce pass for Nelson Riley. Lost control of it. Loose on the floor, and we're going to get another jump ball. On the inbound, they go to Azorio. Azorio with the basketball. Cross court with her pass. It's too far out of bounds. It'll be Longfellow basketball. Isabella Rogers with it. Rogers with a pass for Nelson Riley. Nelson Riley with it. Pass on the right side to Whitfield. Whitfield on the three-point line. Whitfield on the baseline. Whitfield puts the shot up. It's blocked by Rouser, but her pass is intercepted. Shot goes up. We get a block, but a foul. So a couple of free throws for Jayani Cannon.
It's good, right? No, health-wise, I know, it's good, but it's bad.
Free throw is up and good from Jayani Cannon, her first point of the game. Cannon again, that one's no good. Rebound ripped out of there, but then it's going to be stolen away. And they get it ahead to Rogers, puts it up, no good. Rebound Rouser for Southview, but her pass is intercepted by Rogers, who was going to hand it off to Whitfield. Whitfield in the corner, back outside to Herman. Herman with the basketball to Nelson Riley. 2:10 to play in the third quarter. Gets it to Whitfield. Whitfield puts it up. It's an air ball long, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Longfellow. Whitfield with it. Drives in. Her shot partially blocked. Nelson Riley gets out of there with it. She'll throw it back outside to Whitfield. Whitfield on the three-point line, steps in, put it up, no, but she's fouled. She'll take a couple of free throws. And that foul, I believe, is on Rouser. It is. And a couple of free throws here for Taylor Whitfield, who has 4 points in the game, all in the first half. Her team trails 24-13. Free throw up and in. Whitfield with 5. Makes it 24-14. Second free throw, no good. And the rebound comes down. They'll get it to Higgins for Southview. Southview brings it into the forecourt. Higgins on the drive, put it up. It's partially blocked. And she was out of bounds when she touched the ball, so that will give it back to Longfellow. With 1:36 to go in the third quarter. They get it to Nelson Riley. Nelson Riley with it. Riley gets it ahead to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield with it cross court with her pass. And we're going to get a jump ball. And it'll stay with Longfellow. They trail 24-14 with 1:26 to go in the third quarter. Isabella Rogers to inbound. Does so to Nelson Riley. Puts the shot up off the rim and in. Nyjah Nelson Riley with her first 2. Young lady who likes math is her favorite subject. Kyrie Irving is her favorite athlete. The pass goes ahead, and laying it up and in is going to be Janiyah Moy, her first 2 points of the game. But finishing that on Nyjah Nelson Riley. Her extracurricular activity is gym, or other interests include volleyball. There she is again with the shot. She misses this one. And on the rebound, it comes out to Herman. Herman with the basketball. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Her pass is knocked away, and Moy gets the steal. She'll pass it ahead to Higgins. Higgins on the drive. Higgins hooks it up. No, but she's fouled. She'll get a couple of free throws. Stops the clock with 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. So Nyjah Higgins at the line for 2. Free throw up, no good. Higgins will try to make 1 out of 2 here. 42 seconds to go third quarter. Her team out in front 26-16. Free throw is good. 27-16. Inbounds pass. Rouser with the steal. Rouser lost control of it out of bounds. It'll go to Longfellow. 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. On the inbounds in the backcourt, Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield with a bounce pass for Rogers. Rogers with the basketball. Rogers into the front court. Rogers picks up the dribble, and we get a whistle, and I believe traveling will give it back to Southview. Get it ahead to Higgins. Higgins underneath the basket, lays it up and in. Higgins now with 4, and it's 29-16. Clock continues to run. We're down to 10 seconds to go third quarter. And on the inbounds, we get a whistle, and it's going to be a foul. And it'll be Southview basketball with 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. Moy inbounds it to Higgins. Higgins, pass Rouser puts it up off the back of the rim, no good, and that'll do it for the third quarter. We've played 3 quarters of 8th grade girls basketball. Our score, Southview 29, Longfellow 16. We're back with the 4th quarter after this timeout. You're watching girls 8th grade basketball, WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Ian Ralston was a combat medic who was injured in Iraq. When I met Ian, I knew we had to help him get his housing grant, an auto grant, and every benefit to live as normal a life as possible. And we did.
PVA has helped hundreds of thousands of veterans get the care and benefits they've earned.
My name is Jason Stevenson, and I work for Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, changing lives, building futures.
Start of the 4th quarter, and for Southview, immediately a 3-ball goes up. Higgins puts it up and in. She has 7, and it's 32-16. Biggest lead of the day for Southview. They've doubled up Longfellow, 32-16. And we're going to get a tie-up, a jump ball. It will go back to, or it's going to stay with Longfellow. With that 3-ball, Higgins now with 7 points on the day. Her team leads 32-16. 4th quarter just underway. Nelson Riley gets the inbound for Longfellow. She has it top of the circle. Pass on the right wing to Whitfield. She'll take a long one. That's an air ball. It'll go out of bounds to Southview. For Southview to begin the 4th quarter, Moy, who's going to inbound. Also Williams. Higgins, who made that 3. Also on the floor is Rouser and Riggins. For Longfellow, they have Isabella Rogers. As Williams is on the drive, Rogers puts it up, no good. Nelson Riley, Isabella Rogers, Whitfield. Also into the game, they have Herman, who now has the basketball. So those are the starting 5s for each team to begin the 4th quarter. On the rebound, it's up and in by Taylor Whitfield. Give her 7 points on the game. And it's 32-18 with 5:10 to go in regulation. Higgins almost went out of bounds and dribbling in, tried to pass it. It gets knocked away and stolen. It's going to be Longfellow basketball, but stepping out of bounds before she could get rid of it, I believe, was Nyjah Nelson Riley. On the inbound, the shot goes up. It is no good. We get a whistle and a foul. They'll inbound. They do so. They get it to Nelson Riley, she'll throw it back to Taylor Whitfield, to Isabella Rogers, right back to Nelson Riley. Her pass, the shot goes up, no. And we get a jump ball as Shania Palmer couldn't get that off. She was blocked. And the alternating possession arrow this time will go to Southview. It's 32-18 with 4:51 to go in the game. Higgins gets the inbound. Her long pass is stolen away by Nelson Riley, who gives it to Rogers. Rogers across midcourt. Rogers on the drive, puts it high off the glass, no good. Rebound battled for, and coming out of there with it is going to be Higgins, who got it from Riggins. And we get a whistle and I believe a timeout on the floor. We do. And since we have that timeout, they'll give us time to let you know that the Lorain tax amnesty will end on March 29th, 2019. The city of Lorain, now through March 29th, they're going to allow residents and businesses to file outstanding tax returns and pay the outstanding tax and interest in full without having any penalties. You can pay outstanding tax balances and interest in full without penalties, and you can pay outstanding penalties on balances at a reduced amount. Do so at the Lorain Municipal Income Tax Division. It's on West 4th Street in Lorain, 440-204-1002. Visit the website, that is www.cityoflorain.org. No appointment necessary. Free Lorain tax return preparation or assistance is available during the Income Tax Division's regulars and extended office hours. And those special hours towards the end of that when they get close to the 29th. On Saturday, March 23rd is going to be 9 to noon. Thursday, March 28th, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then Friday, March 29th, 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it'll be Southview basketball, 4:32 to play. They lead 32-18. They trailed 9-8 after one quarter, but a 15-2 second quarter in favor of Southview made it 23-11 at halftime, and they haven't looked back. Rouser with the basketball puts it up. It's going to be no good. Tipped around. Rouser again, and we're going to get a jump ball as Isabella Rogers came from behind and was able to tie her up. So with 4:18 to go, the alternating possession arrow will give the basketball to Longfellow. But they have a long way to go, down 14 points. Rogers on the inbound, gets it ahead to Palmer. Shania Palmer with it. Palmer gets around her defender, puts it up, off the rim, no good. Rebound back up and in. And I believe that is going to be Nakia Herman, and she has 7 points now. And it looks like Southview throws it away as they try to pass it ahead. It's going to go out of bounds. 4:02 to go, and it will be Longfellow to inbound, trailing 32-20. Rogers gets the ball to Nyjah Nelson-Riley, who will pass it ahead to Taylor Whitfield. Whitfield with a cross-court pass that's stolen away by Rouser and Destiny Rouser. We get a whistle, and a foul is going to go on Longfellow. Substitution. Higgins comes back in. She'll be replacing Rosabella Azario. They get it into Higgins. Higgins with the basketball. She made a three earlier this quarter. Drives in, puts it up, off the rim, no good. Rebound Rogers. Rogers with a long outlet pass went off the head of Nelson Riley, and it's going to go out of bounds back to Southview. 3:38 to play in the basketball game. Azario, after a short rest, will come back into the basketball game. She is going to replace Sasha Fleming. Higgins right-hand dribble across midcourt. She'll get it back. Dribbling in, puts it up, no good. Offensive rebound, Rouser puts it up, no good. And we're going to have it get knocked out of bounds. It will be Longfellow basketball. So Longfellow down 32-20. 3:19 to play. And we're getting a timeout for Longfellow. We've done our reads, and we're going to take a timeout as well. So 3:19 to play in the basketball game. We'll be back for the finish. Southview leads Longfellow 32-20. You're watching girls 8th grade basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
In an instant, life can change. Hi, I'm veteran J.R. Martinez. If you've been hurt or disabled due to your service, the last thing you need to do is hurry up and wait for a VA claims decision. Make sure you file an electronic, fully developed claim, or e-claim, for disability compensation on e-benefits. It's the fastest and easiest way to get a claims decision. Learn more at ebenefits.va.gov. E-claims and e-benefits. Online VA claims made simple.
30 seconds to go, 32-28. Longfellow in blue on defense has outscored Southview 10-0. And that's cut a 14-point lead to 4 with 30 seconds to go. Higgins puts the shot up, no, but she's fouled. With 25 seconds to go in the game, we're going to get a couple of free throws for Nashia Higgins, who has 7 points tonight. Higgins will shoot 2. Free throw up and good. Higgins with 8. Moy comes in for Sasha Fleming for Southview. 33-28. 25 seconds to go in the game. Higgins to try to make the second one here. Misses it. Rebound comes down to Taylor Whitfield for Longfellow. She'll get it ahead to Herman. Pass to Palmer. Palmer with it right back to Whitfield. 16 seconds to go. Puts it up. No, but she's fouled. A couple of free throws now with 15 seconds to go. That stops the clock. Free throw by Whitfield is up and in. She has 11. 6 of them in this quarter. 33-29. Here's the big one. This would make it a one-possession game. It's up and it's in. 33-30. It's down to a one-possession game with 15 seconds to go. On the inbound, it's knocked out of bounds by Nakia Herman. So Southview to inbound again with 13 seconds to go. They'll inbound to Higgins. Higgins in the backcourt. Higgins had it knocked away, runs it back down 10 seconds. Knocked away again. Higgins runs it down 7 seconds. Higgins in trouble with 5 seconds. Throws it off a Longfellow defender with 2 seconds to go, and Southview will inbound with a 3-point lead. So it's going to take a miracle now for Longfellow to tie the game. They need a steal and a 3, and there's only 2 seconds to go. On the inbound, they get it to Higgins, and that will do it for the ball game. So a good competitive game, a great comeback for Longfellow, but it comes up short. So the Southview 8th graders win it 33-30. For Southview, they go to 3-0 on the season. For Coach Lindsey Wright, Brian Lynch, his team goes to 3-1 on the season. It was 9-8 Longfellow after 1, 23-11 Southview at halftime, 29-16 Southview after 3, but 14-4 Longfellow outscored Southview in the fourth quarter to make it interesting for a final of 33-30. Some leading scorers in the game. Taylor Whitfield for Longfellow had 12. Nakia Herman for Longfellow had 12. For Southview, it was Delasia Williams with 12, and Destiny Rouser had 11, and Nashaya Higgins had 8. Hope you enjoyed it. Want to thank Bob Schlumbaker for the camera work. My name's Rob Polinsky. Once again, our final score today, it was Longfellow following the Southview. Southview 33, Longfellow 30. You've been watching girls 8th grade basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.